20 acts have made the cut for Eesti Laul 2016, Estonia's national selection for Eurovision. We're running a poll on wiwibloggs asking you to name your favorites, and we will quickly review the top 5. In first place, it's Jüri Pootsmann with Play, then it's Laura with Supersonic. In third place, Grete Paia with Stories Untold. In fourth, Cartoon and Kristel Aaslaid. And in fifth, I Wear Star Experiment with Patience. Now, kicking it off is Jüri Pootsmann. You guys, he's a huge favorite among our readers, and if you go out in the Eurosphere, people are talking about him. But I'm a little bored by this. Generic ballad, man on piano. I don't know, I feel like it's going for the kind of Carl Espen emotion, but it's not connecting with me.
Yeah, I think he also wants to be the next Otto Lepland, but the song is not good enough. It's one of the better songs in the competition, and I like the change of rhythm after the first verse. But other than that, yeah, he looks good, but then that's not a factor, or shouldn't be a factor. But I listened to an acoustic version with him and Stig Rasta that I liked. I mean, maybe if he can recreate that kind of atmosphere in live shows, he will win. I don't know, we'll see.
I like the retro sort of swing element to it. It's kind of done nicely compared to what the UK sent in 2015. But it's not good enough either, I don't think. It reminds me nearly as if Michael Bublé was trying to become indie. His voice sounded a bit like George Ezra, but it's very much the cheesy Bublé style stuff that you hear at Christmas. And I think maybe he's doing so well because since he's a man, he's standing out amongst a sea of women, and that could be giving him an advantage in the reader poll. But besides from that, I can't see him winning Eurovision or even coming top 10 like Goodbye Tiesto.
In second place is another fan favorite, Laura with Supersonic. There's some things I like about this. I like the EDM that's going on. It sounds almost Margaret Berger, perhaps not quite as expensive, but it's in the ballpark. It's certainly riding the trend of electronic dance music. But my problem is the lyrics. I just can't connect with this. We're only dirt of the road, dust in the wind, leaves in the breeze, because we are supersonic. If I was supersonic, I wouldn't be in the dirt, y'all. I would be out in the stratosphere. I don't know. There's something about this. I think she has great intentions, but it's just not cohesive. Something isn't connecting for me, and I really want to like it. When people were fan-wanking over it, I was like, give it to me, but no, not anymore.
Well, it is my favorite, exactly for these reasons, that it's contradictory in a way, because the lyrics are dark and the music sounds uplifting in a way. I think it's a perfect song. I have also a small issue with the lyrics, like at some point she says, we must have to choose, and when the pills don't work, I mean, it sounds a bit wrong there, but I don't mind, the song is good.
The lyrics don't bother me particularly. Like Katy Perry sang about plastic bags when she was comparing them to fireworks, and she had a global hit, so that's not really a problem for me. And I'd agree with Bogdan, it's my favourite in the selection, and I really like it now that I've heard it a few times, but I think it needs that familiarity before you can connect with it. And on first listen, I wasn't that pushed, and obviously that's a problem in a competition like Eesti Laul or Eurovision, that a lot of people will only hear it once and they're going to get a quote on it. And then it is very ethereal, it's very Margaret Berger-y. It's the best of them, but there's an awful lot of them in this year's contest, and this stands out, but it could be damaged simply by the fact that there's so many others that sound similar.
Now, someone who's not riding the EDM craze is Grete Paia with Stories Untold. You know, this is one of those atmospheric female ballads, and I can see that she's feeling something. Like, that woman is feeling emotions, pass her the tissues, but I'm just not, again, I'm not connecting. It flatlines for me. I feel like it'd be fine as a 2-minute song, but as 3 minutes, I get a little bit bored. I know she's a fan favorite. I just don't see a winner here.
Yeah, I also get a bit bored. I cannot listen to it for the entirety of the 3 minutes. I mean, it's good, but something feels like it's missing. And I don't know, this selection makes me think that Estonia is depressed. I don't know. all these lyrics about death and, they cannot stop the train of fate. So I know it's a fan favorite, but out of the two female fan favorites, Laura is my favorite and not Grete.
It's too cold for me, and there's no drama or build, and it's just going It's very, very flat, and I possibly would like it more if I didn't have Supersonic to compare it to, but since Supersonic is there, there's no comparison.
Next, we have Cartoon and Kristel Aaslaid with Immortality. Well, you guys, if this is what immortality is like, then I want to be dead. This is just so boring. Again, another EDM number. It actually reminds me of the generic background music we use in these videos on wiwibloggs. It's like inoffensive.
It's uploaded on the same YouTube channel.
Oh, no copyright sounds. NCS, there you go. I mean, that says it all. It's just generic. I think it's well produced, and I think as background music it works very well, but at Eurovision we want front of stage, front of house. We don't want background music.
Exactly, it's well produced. It sounds like it's a work of a very good DJ, like Itro, for instance. But it's missing a Justin Bieber, you know? I mean, the girl's voice is not that strong. It's definitely not my favorite, although it's there in the top 5.
It's just so electro, and I can sense that there's been a bit of trickery done with her vocals. And I don't know how that's going to translate live, because it's very otherworldly, and it's definitely not her real full vocals that we're hearing. And then when that's transported to stage, we've seen time and time again where dance songs sound great on a track, but then once they're put on live stage they fall apart. And I think this could be one of those.
And in 5th place with our readers at the moment is I Wear Experiment with the song Patience. A part of me needs patience to hear yet another electro DJ inspired dance song. But this one, for the first minute, I feel like there's a lot of promise. I feel like there's direction and shape. And then she starts talking about her feet being on fire for 3 minutes. Get some water and put us all out of our misery. It's just too repetitive.
I like it because I also like electropop a lot, you know. I was a huge fan of Margaret Berger. And this singer sounds like Frida Sundemo, another Scandinavian singer. She's from Sweden. I gave it a 7 out of 10, but yeah, not my winner.
I'm getting the Scandinavian vibes as well, but it's the same issue as with Cartoon, that it's so electro that I don't know how it's going to translate onto a live stage.
I think one of the problems is Eesti Laul this year, they said they wanted to go big, they wanted to go bold, they want to become the Melody Festival of the East, but they've almost taken that to the extreme and lost their sense of Estonianness by making everything electro-Swedish.
And they're missing the fun element, because Melody Festival, they always have someone like Dolly Style in the mix to lighten the mood. They don't have 24 Mariettes, which is nearly like what Eesti Laul has this year.
They do have a song in Estonian by a Meister Jan called Parmu Pili Fulus or something. That sounds like a joke entry, but that's the only one that sounds like Estonian that I used to know.